Hello amazing families, welcome to Q-Est Fashion Hub, and my name is Esther. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, you are the best. So guys, today we're going to be making a bigger version of this bag. That bag we're about to make is going to be having 2 handles. So if this sounds like what you're interested in, let's go into it. So I already cut out my piece, but then I'm going to be telling you the dimension that I use for all the piece. At the end of this video, you should be able to recreate your bag. Yes, I mean it. So this is the front and the back piece. The front and the back piece. The dimension I'm using for this is 9 inches by 7 inches. So 9 inches wide, 7 inches high. I mean the height is 7 inches, the width is 9 inches. So what you do is to measure 0.5 from both sides and then slant it in. So what I mean is that you're going to measure half an inch from both sides of the bag, and then you're going to now slant it in like this. That is because we are trying to create that shape that the bag has on top. We don't want the bag to be totally straight. We are going to now create the shape. So once you're done, just go ahead and cut it out like you can see me do on the screen. So whatever you're doing to this piece, you're going to be repeating the same thing to the second piece. Don't skip any part of this video because you're going to be learning a lot. Okay, so once you're done, you're going to be having something looking like this. Now moving to the side of the bag, the dimension I use is 7 inches by 4 inches. 7 inches by 4 inches. Because the height of the bag is 7 inches, you have to maintain that 7 inches. So what you do is to mark 0.5 inch like you did for the main bag, the main piece, slant it in, and then come to the lower part, measure 0.5 from both sides, your left and your right, and then just create this rectangle effect on the lower part. Okay, so now watch what I'm going to do. Once you're done, go ahead and cut it out like this, because the upper part of the side is not supposed to be like the lower part. It is meant to be a little bit smaller than the lower part. So we are trying to create that effect on the lower part of the bag. So what you're doing right now is to cut this part out. So once you're done, you're going to be having something looking like this for the both side. Okay, now moving to the flap, the measurement of the flap is 6 inches by 4.5. 6 inches by 4.5. So whatever you have as your main bag. Now remember the main bag is 9 inches by 7. So by the time we were done slanting the upper part by half an inch on both sides, we were left with 8 inches. So what you're going to do is to subtract 1 inch from both sides. Okay, so when you subtract 1 inch from both sides, you're going to be left with 6 inches. So that is how we got the measurement for the flap. So the flap is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. So what you're going to do at this point is shape the lower part of the flap. Like you can see me do, fold it into 2 and just follow what I'm doing. Just curve your hand, and then you're going to have something looking like this at the end of it. Okay, so that is what I cut out. That is the flap. Now moving to the base of the bag is 8 inches by 4 inches. Okay, 8 inches by 4 inches. So whatever your bag measurement is, just subtract 1 inch. Okay, so you remember our bag is 9 inches by 7, so we just subtracted 1 inch from it. That is what gave us this base measurement, that is 8 by 4. Now moving to the handles of the bag. So this is the shorter handle. The dimension I use is 2 inches by 15 inch. 2 inches by 15 inches. I beg your pardon. 2 inches by 15 inches for this dimension for the smaller handle of the bag. So this particular one I'm holding, this small one, I used 0.5 instead of 2 inches, but you know this bag is bigger than this small one, so we have to increase it a little bit. So this is 2 inches by 15 inches for the smaller, and I hope it is clear, guys. Please, if you have any question, drop it on the comment section and then I'm going to attend to it. So this is the chain holder. If you decide to use a chain for your bag instead of a normal handle, this is what is going to hold the chain. So the measurement is 2 inches by 3 inches. 2 inches by 3 inches, okay? So now we are going to start sewing. The long handle is measuring 2 inches by 43. 2 inches by 43, okay? 2 inches by 43, that is a longer handle. So at this point we're going to start by sewing the bag. So we are going to join the base to the side. So put them together like this and start sewing from that part where that leg started from. Let's call it leg. So you're going to place it like this and start sewing. Please don't start from the beginning, start from where the leg started from. So let's call it leg for now. So now you're going to apply your oil to it, machine oil, because the leather is thick, so you need something that will give you a smooth ride. Okay, what I mean is that you apply the oil for the machine to be able to go through the leather without any problem. Okay, so now put it together and start sewing across like that. So start from where the legs started from and end at where the second leg started from. I hope it is clear. So you're going to have something looking like this. So you're placing the second one and also joining it. So at this point I was done joining both sides to the base. So this is what we're going to be having at this point. Now moving to the main handle, which is a long handle. So fold it into two and stitch from one end to the other. So we are going to also fold this. This is a small handle, so mark 1.5 inches from both ends, and then you're going to start sewing from the line and stop at the second one. 1.5 inches from the top on both sides, and then stitch and stop at where that 1.5 inch is. So this is the long handle. I'm done sewing it, and this is a small handle. I've shaped one, but then I'm going to be explaining how I did this for you guys. So what you're going to do is to reduce your sewing allowance. Yes, let me call it seam allowance. So you're going to reduce it a little bit, and then you're going to from there go in to the part that you left on sew, and then so watch what I'm going to do. First of all, trim it out. Once you're done, now start from where you stop your stitch, and then you're going to curve like this. Fold this into two and then just curve your hand into it. Because we don't want this part too wide, you're going to shape it very well. But if you don't want to shape it, you can leave it straight. But guys, trust me, this part, if you shape it, it will be more better than when you leave it straight. Okay, it will be more beautiful than when you leave it straight. So just go ahead and shape it like this. So you're gonna have something looking like this. Please take your time and make sure it is perfect. So we're going to repeat the same thing to the second part of the small handle. Shape it like this, straight, cut out the excess, and then now hold it together and try to create your round curve. Okay, so make sure that that part is not too wide. Okay, so you're going to have something looking like this at the end of it. So can you see how beautiful it's looking for both? Okay, so now we are going to be attaching our handles to the main body of the bag. So what you do is to divide whatever you have on top of it into two. So we have 8, half of it is 4. So you're going to mark the midpoint and take 2 inches to your left, 2 inches to your right, and then 1 inch downward. Okay, mark the midpoint, take 2 inches to your right from the middle, 2 inches to your left from the middle, and 1 inch downward. So this is how you're going to place it and stitch all the way around. You're going to start your stitching from that 1 inch that we took down. Can you see how I'm placing it? Please start your placement from that 2 inches. Okay, so you're going to sew all the way around. So at this point I was done attaching the handles to the front and the back panel. So this is the flap. We're going to be attaching the flap to the one of the piece. So measure half an inch first, and then draw a straight line, and then measure 1.5. I beg your pardon, measure 1.5. You first take half an inch, which is 0.5, and then measure 1.5 inch and draw a straight line. Okay, so those lines are going to guide you when you are stitching. Okay, so now mark the midpoint of the flap and also mark the midpoint of your bag. Okay, so I'm trying to confirm the midpoint because it's hard to align so that we don't have issues at the end of this bag, the making of the bag. So make sure you're marking the midpoint, and then you're going to align the midpoint of the bag with the midpoint of the flap, and then you're going to stitch across from one end to the other. Note that you start from the end of the bag and stitch to the end, the second end. So this is the chain holder, so mark the midpoint also. You're going to place on that half an inch line and then raise it up like this, and then you're going to stitch on the second side. So basically we are trying to create this holder. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Okay, now you're going to now take it to your machine and do all of this. So at this point I was done attaching my flap to my bag and then this chain holder also. Now moving to the next step, you're going to be joining the front panel to the side panel. So what you're going to do is to align both panels together like this. Okay, just arrange it like this. Now you're going to stitch like this all the way from one end to the other. So you can decide to use your clips to hold it down first. Okay, so you're going to just arrange it like this. As you're going, just arrange the lower part like this is the side, you know, just align them. And then, sorry guys, I didn't know this part was not showing very well because I guess my hand was too up, like I took my hand too up, but please pardon me. Okay, so you're going to just align it like that, and then you're going to do the same thing to the second panel and just join them neatly. So at this point, this is what we have. Okay, so if you have any little excess, you can trim it off, but if you took your measurements accurately, you should not have any excess. So I was done joining all of those pieces. So now what you're going to do is to mark the midpoint of the bag. We are trying to fix our magnets, okay, our magnetic snap. So you can use your puncher, hole puncher, or you can use anything of your choice. So now you're just going to go ahead and punch a hole there. Once you're done, insert your magnetic snap from the back like this. So this is the magnetic snap that I'm using. It has this cover that looks like a rivet, so just put it in like this. Once you're done, you're going to try and now put the second one, because you have to get the positioning very well so that the the bag covers wear at the end. Okay, so now you're going to now place it like this and try to trace. You can use a chalk on top of use a chalk and just rub it on top of the magnetic snap, and then just place it to indicate where you're going to punch your holes like this. And then once you're done, go ahead and now insert the second side of the magnetic snap. Insert it like this. Please make sure the hole is not too big so it fits in properly. So once you're done inserting it, so now I'm trying to open the hole more. So now put the back like this and then press it down. So you can use a hammer to just hit it down a little for it to be firm, so you know that it is properly closed. Okay, so now I'm using a hammer at this point to just apply a little pressure on it. So I'm repeating the same thing to the front panel because you need to press it down. You don't leave the front one like that, so just press it down so that it's key in very well. So we are attaching the long handle. So what you're going to do is to insert it like this. Make sure that it is 1 inch inward. So get your hole puncher or anything you want to use to just create the hole inside, and then just create your hole inside the main bag and also the handle. Guys, please pardon the noise you are hearing. So now create your hole on the main piece, which is the side. Make sure it is at the middle of the bag, and then you're going to create another hole inside the handle itself. Then now insert your rivet from the back and then insert it this way. Okay, because this leather is a little bit thick, I have to force it in, putting 3 layers of leathers together. The handle is already 2 layers, so plus this one, it is now 3. So you're going to force it in and use your plier or your hammer to just apply first there to secure the rivets in place. So this is the final look of the bag. I also created a pom-pom for it. If you want to see this pom-pom tutorial, I'm going to upload it soon on the channel, so look out for it. So this is a beautiful bag. At the end, it was so cute. Like, I love the bag. The outcome is just so beautiful. It is wow. I was amazed. So guys, this is it, and this is the smaller version and the bigger. The only difference is that this one is bigger and it has 2 small handles, but the other one has 1. So if you love this tutorial, if you derive value from it, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. My name is Esther and this is Q-Est Fashion Up. Don't stop learning, keep learning. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.